welcome to my channel. My name is Ollie. Today I'm going to talk about Black is King by Beyonce, which recently just got released on Disney+. It's pretty much like a visual album, and it kind of mirrors Lion King in a way. So I believe the synopsis for this movie, and this is my understanding or my perspective on the movie. So it's almost like it mirrors the Lion King, where there's this Prince King who journeys through life to become who he's supposed to be. And in the movie, spoiler alert, in the movie, the little boy is found in a basket, which is very similar to, if you've read the Bible, where, Moses was found in a basket. And Beyonce picks him up from the river, like he was in a basket flowing through a river. Beyonce picks him up throughout the scenes. He's put in different scenarios in life, and there's some pretty scary ones. He journeys through darkness, through different scenes, ultimately to become who he was meant to be, which is a king. And on there, like, there's some some evil people that are chasing him or following him. And one of the guys, to me, is almost like Scar. I don't know if he's the devil, evil spirit, Scar, I'm not sure. And then you have this guy that was with Beyonce, and he's covered in in green paint. And I think he's supposed to be like a spirit that's helping guide him. And then you have Beyonce, I think she's supposed to be like a goddess or something. So there's a lot of weird symbolisms in this movie, and it's quite interesting. So let me start with the positive. So, the one thing I can say I can give Beyonce is that, like, she brings her A game. She brings like 110% to everything she does. Like, whatever she does, is going to be perfection. And just like this one, like, it's just visually, it's so beautiful. The dances are beautiful. The color, the people, is just beautiful. Like, it's beautiful, and it's a nice concept. I think, honestly, visually, she kind of topped her last album. So I give that to her. But just kind of like, bringing it back to the main reason I'm doing the video is, what exactly is this supposed to represent? Like, initially, I mean, a lot of us, this is supposed to be like an appreciation of the African culture. It's Lion King inspired. The songs are, songs inspired by the Lion King. Let's start with the symbolisms. Some of the symbolisms in this movie kind of like makes me a little uncomfortable. There's a lot of idols, there's a lot of idols that were displayed in this movie. A lot of them. And it comes off very anti-Christ. It comes off very anti-Christ. The way she kind of like disregarded the Bible when it started. Literally, when it started with the first song, she was talking about how, like, oh, it's not just some words in the Bible verse. Like, the guy is the living word, and the only person that we've ever referred to as the living word is Jesus Christ. And it's just interesting that in this one, she's she's telling the boy he is a living word, which is kind of blasphemy in a way, like it's a little blasphemy. Like, throughout the movie, she kind of references herself as a goddess. Like, we even see symbols, like where she has the halo in her head. That's usually used for the angels. Sometimes the Virgin Mary is used for that as well. There's literally even a painting where it's her and her kids. She's almost like she has like the Virgin Mary look, but it's her and her kids in the big painting. And even one of the words, like, she called herself Oshun. She called herself the Oshun goddess. And it's like the little things that she just says casually that you kind of miss it really quick. But the Oshun goddess is like a Yoruba goddess. She's supposed to be like the fertility, love. Like, she's like the river goddess in a way. And she referred to herself as the ocean goddess a lot in this throughout the video. And there's really different symbols of her, like, you know, of her being painted in that way as though she is a goddess. So she's no longer Sasha Fierce. And I think for the past 2 years now, since she's had her twins, she's been referring to herself as Oshun Goddess, or daughter of Oshun, whichever is better for her. I can't use this to say it's a reference to African culture, because it's really not, or just Africa in general. To me, it's more of like Wakanda than it is Africa. It's almost like her version of what Africa is supposed to be. And I see people do this a lot. Like, we've been going through this where there was a point where, like, when people reference Africa, it's only the jungle and safaris. And I know a lot of people were teased about this, especially in America, where, like, people kept telling them, like, oh, you live in huts and the jungle, and that's not really like an accurate depiction of Africa, the continent Africa. But throughout, like, it feels as though, like, she kind of like took pieces of what, the little pieces, and then made it, like, painted it as the big picture of Africa. Like, from the prints, like everyone with the leopard print, it's like that thing where, I don't know, it just kind of like felt more like sensationism. It felt like sensationism to me. And it's just, and so that's one aspect. And then the thing where, like, she had the gods all over, the little, like, the carved out gods, like, she had it like all over, like, this in different scenes they were there, like she had the people with the paint in their face, like, so I'm not, and I knew she made a lot of reference to, the ancestors, the gods, and it just felt like Wakanda and her own like what she, like her own view of Africa, or whoever produces this view of Africa. And it's not very accurate. I'll say, like, the one part that, showed more of, like, what showed a little bit of Africa will be when Tiwa Savage was singing her song. But they had the men, the judges in court. Then you had the youth corp girl that was dancing. And youth corp is something that every youth pretty much passes through if they want to work in Nigeria. So I know, like, that part, like, like, that's real. And then even with that one, they showed a little bit of the streets of I think in Nigeria, because since it's Tiwa, it's probably the streets of Nigeria. So it's like with that one, it was more real. It wasn't like a Wakanda type nation. To me, I feel like this is more of like a fictional land, like a fictional country, fictional nation. Like where she is, I wouldn't even call it. It's hard for me to even call it appropriation, because it feels more like Wakanda. It's like fake Africa. Better if it's not referred to as, like, Africa inspired, because if we call Africa inspired, then it's more of like appropriation in a way, because you're just taking bits, and painting a different picture. It's not the real thing to me. It's really not. Aside from just the fact that it's not the real Africa, like Antichrist themes that were going on in there. Aside from that, there, visually speaking, is beautiful. Like, from a music perspective, I mean, I'm not a musician, but, like, again, like, her voice is beautiful. Everything there is beautiful. The brown skin girl scene was amazing. Like, I love that she included all those people there, from Lupita to Naomi Campbell to Kelly Rowland. It was nice. I really liked that a lot. But one thing, it kind of feels as though, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it feels like Beyonce is kind of grooming Blue Ivy to replace her in a way. But again, I guess it's that thing where, like, like, no one wants their legacy to die, and she talked about legacy a lot. And whenever she mentioned legacy, they shift to Blue Ivy. I mean, I know that's her daughter, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it kind of is deeper in a way. Because there are points where, like, her and Blue Ivy had the same outfit. She was talking about legacy. Blue Ivy runs out. She comes out. As it just kind of feels like she's grooming her to replace her. And I don't really see many artists, like, use their child so much in, like, movies and songs and things like that, but like, I've been using her a lot lately. Maybe that's what Blue Ivy wants to be. I don't know. I can't speak on that, but it's just very interesting that they're really positioning her to be an icon. And the funny part is that they've already referenced her as an icon before, doing the fight with the name, that they've referenced her as an icon before. So it kind of feels like they're really grooming her, you know, to be part of the industry, because the way they showcase her is not the same way they showcase the other kids. And I think in the movie, in the video, the only time the other daughter was shown or introduced without it being a painting of her was in the like when she doing the brown skin girl song, and it was like she was showing the different generations. It was her mom, Blue Ivy, and her last daughter, you know. And then of course at the end she dedicated the song to Sir, her son. But throughout the thing, Blue Ivy was there, and it kind of feels like they're really pushing her out there to be part of the industry, which is really interesting. So overall, you know, it's you know, it was really well thought out, beautiful. I can't say that enough. Like visually, being an artist, like it was beautiful. And again, you know, she's in her own lane. She really is. So that's my thoughts on the video. Let me know your thoughts below if you saw any symbols, anything that I probably missed. And I'm sure I missed a ton of symbolisms on there. Let me know below. Let me know your thoughts on the video. And please share, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.